Good evening, all. So we have come back with a very interesting topic and a very important topic that will affect the world sooner or later. Water and water scarcity. What do I understand about water resources and how we can utilize water in a more efficient way for our different human needs and different industrial needs and different production needs. And on this topic, I shall talk. So what is the problem of water? The problem of water that people need some water to irrigate their plants, for their personal hygiene, to drink water, and they can't find suitable, healthy water to do these activities, and they end up having an amount that is less the required amount. There is a spread of part of this problem, lack of clean water in some areas in Africa, and there is sometimes lack of irrigation water in some countries, even like Jordan, and there are different kind of problems about water. So the problem of water is highly associated with water resources. And what are the water resources? The famous water resources are rainfall, which feeds the groundwater, where you can build some kind of a well and to get the water out of that. Then you have another resources, which you can have a lake or a river, which is the source of fresh water, and we are talking about fresh water because salt water is not effective, or saline water is not effective. So when we talk about fresh water, we also talk about other elements. We can also, there is another source which is about desalination plants and dams, which is a water basins that gather water around them, and people can utilize them in the water supply network through a group of canals and pipes and so on. The focus, how, if you are in a situation, if you are in a country or in a place that is unfortunately geopolitically or geographically unlucky or unfortunate, that you end up with not many water resources, like countries that exist in deserts and countries that exist in places with in places with not many resources. So these countries would actually look at solution like dams, look at solution like water desalination, look at solution like water reuse. And I will talk about the focus in a country like Jordan. So the focus in a country like Jordan on three elements. The first element is the more effective use of water. The second one is about gathering water resources through water desalination, and the third one is about water reuse. And the first one is about more efficient use of water. And I think this is highly associated with the design of toilets, with the design of how we shower, with the design of kitchens, and so on. No matter what you say, it is about human behavior and how they consume water. You need to have a very strong awareness message. And with that, even the strong awareness message, people will always somehow prefer their personal hygiene, prefer their comfort on a very high level meaning of water efficiency, especially that this meaning is somehow not strongly emphasized by the society yet. So it would be always, you need some kind of design that naturally help people to consume less water. I heard about a toilet design, a new toilet design, which is called the dry toilet. I hear about some kind of solutions for tap water and some accessories that you put within your taps that help you to consume less. I heard about some promotional campaigns about water reuse in a effective water use and so on. And we need to measure the effectiveness of this. It's a problem that we need to find a solution for. The second one is water reuse. And water reuse, you always bothered about what are the what is the chemical structure of the water after you use it, what is the biological organisms there after you use it? Is there these bacteria that you can use it anymore? Can you use it in irrigation? Is it healthy for irrigation? So there is always a concern about health and a concern about how you can effectively utilize this water. And I think states like California are leading the world in terms of water reuse and efficient, let me say, and how they can utilize water. But in spite of that, you'd always think about new resources, and new resources sometimes is associated with capital, is sometimes associated with security. So it's a very complex it's a very complex problem that includes so many elements into it, which actually hinder the capability of some countries to move forward. And it is a very interesting problem that should a lot of young people should be thinking about, because if we have more water, maybe our agricultural sector can flourish, maybe we can have, and it should be the price and the cost of gallon of water or for liter of water should be to the minimum cost, because we are competing with other countries or other cities that naturally have more water resources available within their geography or within their borders, that make them by far more competitive and have a very efficient water collection network. So that was my talk about water. I wish that I had given you a quick information about what is a water challenge and why we have a water challenge and what are the possible solutions. And you should always think about that Jordan or some countries around the world are facing a very serious problem about water. And they say that the next wars will be about water, and the most important resource in the future will be about water. That was the expectation and the forecast. So I will end it here and wish you a great evening. Salam.